Welcome back to this special edition of Cattleman to Cattleman as we talk with a group of experts about the relationship between corn and cattle. You know, we've talked a lot about corn and corn byproducts, and Galen, I'd like to begin with you. Tell us about the nutritional differences between corn itself and distillers' grains.
Yeah, we've learned a lot about use of distillers' grains, even though it's not a new feed, because we've been feeding a lot from whiskey plants for hundreds of years. But there's a lot of new things that are happening today. But a lot of beef producers, I think, are surprised that you can take corn, take out the starch, which is what we've been used to feeding it for from an energy standpoint, to make it into ethanol, and yet get a feed out that's good for the cattle. So we've done a lot of research, and in fact I have a mentor and colleague, Terry Kloffenstein at the University of Nebraska, who's been around for 60 years doing research. He says the biggest thing he's seen that's changed, at least Nebraska's beef industry in his career. And so we've done a lot of research. A lot of producers are feeding distillers. In fact, I would argue almost all here in the state of Nebraska. And it's an excellent feed. You know, we look at it as a protein source, works great. In fact, it has the right kind of protein for younger, lighter background in cattle because it's high in what we call bypass protein. And we think it's by far the most economical source of that type of protein if you need that in your operation. But on the feedlot side, in the feed yard sector, it has more energy than corn that you're replacing. So we've looked at titrating levels, and you know, we think that if it's priced competitive to corn, frankly, you're foolish at your operation not to be feeding at least 20-30%, and that's on a dry basis. Wow. So if you're feeding wet distillers grains, that might be half or more of your diet on an as-is basis. But it all depends on the price competitiveness, which is varied over time. But we certainly know how it feeds, and we know what its energy values are, and done a lot of testing with it.